Most people think opening the door makes them look innocent. That single decision, hand on the knob, door swinging open, has cost more people their rights than almost anything else I can think of. And tonight, I'm going to tell you exactly why. There are roughly 135 million households in America, and the vast majority of the people living in them have no idea what their rights actually are the moment a police officer steps onto that porch. Not because they're careless, because nobody ever told them the truth. Here's what I'm going to give you today: the exact words to say through a closed door. The Supreme Court cases that put the law completely on your side before you even open your mouth. And the one move officers are trained to make after you do everything right, and how you shut it down cold. There is one phrase cops use at the door that most people have never heard of. It sounds completely reasonable when they say it. It is not. I'll break it down before we're done. Here's what most Americans never figure out. When the police knock on your door, your brain does something automatic. It tells you, be cooperative, open up, you have nothing to hide. That instinct feels right. It is legally dangerous. Because the moment that door opens, even an inch, the entire legal landscape shifts. Officers are trained to use something called a consensual encounter. The second you open that door, you start interacting with them on their terms instead of yours. And anything you say or anything they see can be used against you. He doesn't know if you know your rights yet. The moment you open your mouth, he starts finding out. You thought you were being cooperative. What you actually did was hand that officer an opening that the Constitution did not require you to give him. And that's not me being dramatic. That is documented legal reality. But here's where it gets really interesting. Because the law is on your side. And that officer is counting on you not knowing it. Your home is the single most protected space under the United States Constitution. Not your car, not your phone, not your office. Your home. The Supreme Court established this in Peyton v. New York, 1980. They ruled that the Fourth Amendment prohibits warrantless arrests inside a home without consent. Flat out. The court said a warrantless entry into a home is presumptively unconstitutional.
That word, presumptively, is everything. It means that if police enter your home without a warrant and the case ever goes to court, the law starts from the position that they were wrong to do it. The burden falls on the government to justify that entry, not on you to prove they had no right to be there. Most people standing at that door have no idea the law already leans in their favor before they say a single word. Then in Florida v. Jardines, 2013, the Supreme Court went even further. They ruled that the area immediately outside your front door, your porch, your steps, is part of your home for Fourth Amendment purposes. Officers can knock. That's it. They can stand there. They cannot search. They cannot demand. They cannot pressure you into opening that door and then claim what they saw was in plain view. And in Kylo v. United States, 2001, the court ruled that any attempt to gather information about the interior of a home that would not be available to the naked eye from a public space requires a warrant. Your home is a constitutional fortress. Now, one honest exception, because I'm not going to oversell this to you. If there's an actual emergency, someone screaming inside, a fire, evidence being destroyed in real time, an officer in hot pursuit of someone who just ran into the house, none of this applies. Officers can enter without a warrant and without your permission. That's called exigent circumstances, and courts carve it out on purpose. What I'm giving you today is for the situation most people will actually face. A knock, with no emergency, no warrant, just an officer hoping you'll let them in voluntarily.
Real quick, if you didn't know any of that, and most people don't, hit subscribe right now. I put out videos like this every week, and the next one covers something even more important than what I just showed you. So here's the problem. You can't just ignore the knock. They'll call for backup, and the situation escalates. You can't swing that door open. You already know what that cost you. And you can't freeze in silence without a plan, because panic makes you do the wrong thing every single time. So what do you actually say? Here are the exact words. Through the closed door, and I mean keep that door closed, you say, "Who is it?" They identify themselves as police. You say, "I'm not going to open the door. Do you have a warrant?" That's it. "I'm not going to open the door. Do you have a warrant?"
When you say that, what you are communicating legally is this: I am invoking my Fourth Amendment right to be free from warrantless intrusion into my home. That officer knows exactly what just happened. Now here's that move I told you about at the start, the one they're trained to use after you do everything right. They'll say, "We just need to ask you a few questions. You're not in any trouble." Dead serious. This is a trained technique. It is designed to make you feel like opening the door is the safe, reasonable thing to do. Your answer, still through that closed door: "I understand. I'm not opening the door without a warrant. If you need to speak with me, my attorney will be in touch." You have broken no law. You have disrespected no one. You have simply used the Constitution exactly the way it was written to be used. And if this video opened your eyes, share it with someone you care about, right now. Not tomorrow, right now. Because somewhere tonight, someone who loves you is going to hear that knock and have no idea what to do. This video is their answer. Send it.